Hi guys, so I haven't posted a video for a few weeks, so I've got a fair bit to update everybody on. I'd just like to start off by saying that next week I'll be heading to London. On Thursday I'm going to be going to stay with one of my good friends Nell. She lives in Cambridge and we have basically hired a photographer who also is one of our friends, and we're very excited to work with him. He's called Jamie Bellhouse. Go and check him out if you want. And we just wanted to have a fun little project. So we're going to do a comparison video between our styles of training. So she's actually a bikini fitness athlete, and she's been on stage before and done competitions, and that is the way she trains, that's the way she enjoys training. And it's quite different, obviously, to how I train, being a powerlifter. So I think it's really important that for everybody to enjoy fitness, that they find their niche, you find something that suits you. You know, if you like strength sports and you get a buzz out of the competitive element, if you want to be competing, then you know, like I do, then that's something to pursue, and you're probably gonna get most enjoyment out of that. So we wanted to show that you can do various different styles, you can like mix some things in. So we're going to talk about this concept of power building as well, mixing powerlifting with bodybuilding concepts. Yeah, and it should be a pretty informative video, and I'm really excited to do that. We're also going to be doing just some other bits and pieces for my social media, so a few Instagram things and a photo shoot, and it's just going to be a really fun day, so I'm really excited. So this brings me to today's video. I wanted to show everybody that with lifting, there's so many different ways to do something, and there's many different ways to be successful and be a very good, strong lifter. You know, some people, even in powerlifting, they'll adopt a high bar sort of a style when they're doing a squat, which is more of an Olympic lifting thing. But some people do it, some people are very effective with it. You've got people like Ed Cohen, who has kind of a semi-sumo stance when he does sumo deadlifts, and he finds that successful for him. So I just wanted to show that lifting should be a lot about experimentation and trial and error and things like that. So I wanted to show some of the things I've been implementing in the gym this week, which is a little bit different to what I would normally do. And because I've got sort of light weights at the moment and I'm doing volume training, this is a great time for me to try new things and to try new techniques, and you never know obviously until you try it, and all these cliche sayings, but it's true. And as I've mentioned before, I have changed gyms, so I've picked up some of the tips and techniques actually from a few of the guys that I'm lifting with. So there are a few other power lifters, they compete on a national level as well as taking part in other federations, and they've been actually really helpful. They're always there to give me a spot, and they're there to sort of give me some techniques and tips and things. So I'm going to show you a little bit from my squats and my bench press that I did this week, and just some different techniques that I've tried out. I hope you find it interesting. So this is a clip from my squats this last week. I was doing 6 sets of 10 reps at 77.5 kilograms. I am wearing my belt here. I decided to put it on at this weight, and I'm also wearing knee sleeves just to keep my joints warm, otherwise I wouldn't really be wearing them. This is an example of just my usual squat technique. I hit depth on most of my squats, but it is sometimes questionable on some of the squats, and that's kind of an area I'm hoping to improve. So looking to make improvements in my depth, I did speak to one of the guys in the gym, and he suggested taking the first 3/4 of my squat at my usual speed, and then when I reach the bottom quarter, as you get into what we call the hole, at the bottom, just trying to speed it up in order for me to hit the depth. So you can see I am trying to implement that, but actually it's surprisingly hard to focus on all the different elements of lifting whilst you're trying to make these improvements. That's why it's best to focus on one thing at once. So I really was focusing on hitting the depth and trying out this new technique of speeding it up into the bottom and getting kind of more of a rebound out of it as well. So I did find it useful. and I'll speak to my coach as well about whether I should do things like that in the future. So moving on to bench press now, I have been making massive improvements actually with my arch. I feel like it's really coming along. I've been foam rolling, do you see me rolling? And my coach is actually pretty happy with how my arch is coming along. But here I am trying something new. So I'm taking the bar out once my glutes are actually off the bench. So I've already found my foot position, and then I've taken the bar out and my glutes are still in the air, and then I am putting my glutes back onto the bench, my bum back on the bench, and I'm actually, as I'm doing that, tucking it back even further, and it really allows you to engage your lats. So we'll see it again here as I'm setting up. So I go to take the bar out, and I've taken my glutes off the bench, take my bum off and keeping it there. And then I'm taking the bar out, and then I'm tucking my arse back under, and it really allows you to engage your lats, and I actually found it really useful. So there's something that people can definitely try, rather than the traditional way of taking the bench out, which is kind of like leaning really far forward and then coming back to the bench, then unracking. Just another quick note with my bench, I'm actually doing spot-o press here, so I'm taking it just 2 inches above my chest and then pressing, in case anyone's wondering why it's not at the depth. So hopefully you guys can take away some helpful tips from my videos and you find it useful. If anyone's got any questions about the new things that I'm trying or anything like that, do hit me up. And maybe you guys want to comment just saying some of the new techniques you've been trying. Do they work for you? Do you want any advice with it? Yeah, just let me know. Okay, thanks for watching my video.